What is good, Mexit planners? For the last 2 years, I've used the application Wise, formerly known as Transferwise, to do all of my banking here in Mexico. So today, I'm going to share with you my top tips for using the Wise application for exchanging money from US dollars to pesos in Mexico. Let's go. Thank you to my returning subscribers and viewers. If you're new to the channel, know that this is the place to get all of your expat questions answered. So subscribe. Earlier this year, the application known as Transferwise changed their branding and name to just Wise. And so today I'm going to tell you a couple of the ways that I use the Wise application and just a couple of tech tips that you may not know about for using the Wise application. Starting with this one. One of the things that I absolutely love, and this has been a feature within Wise for some years now, but it was a feature only on the website, but now it's available in the application, and this feature is exchange rate alerts. The way this works is whenever you can set an alert for a particular exchange rate. So for instance, whenever the US dollar is equal to 20 pesos, I can set an alert to be sent to me via email so that I know to then go in and exchange money. The way the Wise application works is that you can have money in different types of currency. For instance, I can have money in US dollars, I can have money in Mexican pesos, I can have money in British pounds, etc. and etc. And I believe there's over 60 different types of currency that you can hold within your Wise account. Now, the nice thing about this is that you're able to exchange money when the rate is more favorable for you. For instance, if I transfer money from my US bank account into my Wise account, I can then transfer those US dollars to pesos when the rate is favorable. The next feature that I really didn't know how to use this until recently is a feature called jars. And what this is Wise allows you, not only can you hold money in different types of currency like US dollars, pesos, British pounds, etc., but they also allow for you to hold money set aside in different jars. For instance, I can have a jar of Mexican pesos. And the way they describe this is kind of using this for different projects or different goals that you're saving up for, etc., etc. Well, I recently started doing a landscaping project here at my new house, and we completely redid the backyard. We put in new sprinklers, we put in all new grass, all new plants, all new everything except for the pool, but we even built a new patio. And so this particular project, I was able to create a jar called landscaping and then set aside pesos for that project. So the other cool feature that I've learned to use for this jar capability really stems from an issue that I'm having with my RappiPay service. You can use jars to kind of limit how much money can go in and out of your Wise account by simply not keeping much money in the general peso account. You can put that money in a jar as an example. And then when you're ready, I just did this a few minutes ago when I was ready to transfer money or take out money out of the ATM. We're expecting a hurricane here tomorrow in Merida. And so I figured, you know what, it might be good to have a couple $100s of cash so that if the ATMs are down, if we're down with power or whatever, we can still make moves. And so I just transferred money. I withdrew money from my jar into my general account, withdrew that money from the ATM, and everything was fine. So jars is a way of keeping your money in a separate place that is different than just your general peso account or dollar account, and it allows you to dictate when that money is used. It's just another option for securing your money within Wise. Hey, if you're not already signed up for Wise, do me a favor and consider using my affiliate link that's in the description of this video. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. The next tip I'll give you is to use Insights. Insights is a brand new feature, and it shows you how many pesos you use on average, or how many dollars you use on average, whatever the account is. It gives you an average of the amount of pesos that you spent. Now, for me, it's really interesting. In July, I knew I dropped it like it's hot because we did a couple of big projects. We moved into a new house. We paid several different deposits. We also We also re-landscaped the entire yard. July was a busy month, but when I was surprised actually when I looked to see exactly how many pesos we used in the month of July. But this is cool because I have insights now in terms of just how things are being spent. So it categorizes things based on how they're spent, whether it was on food, on transportation, on shopping, etc. It actually classifies Rappi as shopping, which I guess, you know, I do quite a bit of shopping with Rappi. But for me, my Rappi Pay account has also been a way that I've used to use money to withdraw money out of the ATMs. And as you know, I'll do a video on that in the future, but that particular solution isn't working so well for a variety of reasons. One, Rappi's made some changes in terms of who can get a Rappi Pay card. And then two, my account's been locked up trying to get a Rappi Pay credit card, and it's just in a constant loop, and I've been working with them on support. So that has forced me to kind of adapt my strategy a little bit, and I'm even more so relying on Wise and the WorldPay green card that I use here in Mexico for transactions and what have you. One of the features that I've used quite frequently is to freeze my card. So within the Wise application, you're able to go in and freeze your card. So that means no transactions can go in or out of that card at the time that it's frozen. And it's pretty cool because I can freeze it when I'm not using it. When I get ready to use it, I can thaw it out. And they have a pretty cool animation, which I'll show you on the screen. But it's a neat feature that allows you to freeze your account. So if you lose your card, or if you don't want to have any transactions happening on your card when you're not using it, it can be frozen. So that is a great feature in the application, is that you can freeze your card. Another cool tip is that you can actually receive payments from friends that are already on the Wise application. So if someone's on Wise, you can either use their email or their phone number, and you can actually send them money in pesos and dollars and whatever accounts that you have open. You can send them pesos. I just did this earlier today. My wife was headed to the store. I was able to just quickly transfer pesos to her Wise account, and she used her Transferwise, her Wise Green WorldPay card, and she was able to use that at Walmart while she was there. So it was very simple. It didn't charge me any type of fees to transfer money from my Wise account to her Wise account. It was as simple as just sending over pesos directly within the application using her phone number because she's a user of the Wise application. Yo, if you have a tip on how to use Wise that I didn't cover in this video, do me a favor, drop me a comment below and let me know about that particular tip. And the final tip that I'll give you is just really, this isn't a tip, but it's to know where your personal account number is. So whenever you call Wise support, and I've had to do so a handful of times, most recently when subscribing to this newspaper service that I recently subscribed to, they were trying to hit my card like 9 times in one day, and they did it multiple days in a row. And so luckily Wise was declining that transaction each and every time. They declined it the first time, and they declined it the 20th time that they tried. But I called Wise just to make sure, like, hey, don't ever approve this particular charge because I've already paid these folks in cash. And so the cool thing about that is whenever you call, they always ask you for your membership number. And that membership number can be found under your name. If you click on that and then click on your account information, it'll actually show you your membership ID. It's all in the help. If you ever need that information again, you can look in the help inside the application. But the membership number is how they identify you, look up your account, things of that nature. And their support has been pretty phenomenal. I've never had an issue using Wise's support. They're supportive. They look into things. They actually have deep information into how the transactions are going across. It's been pretty good. So I will leave you with that. Know your membership number if you ever have to call support, and you can find it by clicking under your name, and then it's right there at the bottom of the screen. So thank you very much for watching. If you got any value out of this video, do me a favor and leave me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell. When you ring the bell, you'll be notified of new content the second I post it. Thank you guys for your time and attention, and until next time, MexitPlans Monty, remove!